Manideye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha. Lakshminatha Samarambam Natayamuna Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Partaya Pradibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatmamanu Sandadami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanura Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Om Namo Venkatesaya. My pranams to everybody. So yesterday we saw Arjuna in completely confused mode. So he accepts that he doesn't know what is to be done, whether to fight the battle or not to fight the battle. Even if he fights the battle, he is not sure whether he'll win the battle or lose the battle. Even if he wins the battle, he's not sure he'll enjoy subsequently because all his kith and kin will be killed. So he's completely surrendering to Krishna in the 7th sloka. He says, Sishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam. That means I have become your disciple and I'm also surrendered. Prapanna, I have surrendered to you. So please advise me or instruct me what I should do. So that's the stage we are in. So let's move on to sloka number 8.
Nahi prapashyami mama panudyat yacchogamuccoshanam indriyanam avapya bhuma vasapadnam ruddham Rajyam Suranam api chadhipatyam.
So nahi prapashyami mama anupadyat. That means yat shokam soshena, yat shokam uchchoshanam indriyanam apapya. That means what he's saying is, all this, I certainly do not see what can, no means to drive away this, the shoka that has come in my mind. So, and this shoka is also what is called drying up all my sense organs. So all my senses are getting dried up. So that means I'm completely lost. I don't know what is to do. So I will not be, so that means again he says, avapya bhuma. That means even if I get this, this on this earth, asaptanam, that means without any enemies, that means without any rivals. So if I get all this, the entire this earth without rivals, Riddham, that means prosperous Rajyam prosperous kingdom, then Suranam api Adipatim, that means even if we get this, this Indraloka, Suranam api Adipatim, this if I get this, this become the Indra, that means I become the head of the heaven as well as the gods. I don't think that will, completely, I'll be happy with that, and then that will not drive away my shoka. So that means I'm completely in grief. And that grief is eating away my, is completely affecting my sense organs. So even if I fight this battle and get this entire 3 worlds, that is this Burloka, Borloka, Shorloka, which is under the control of Indra, and I get this Indradipatim, that means I become the Indra itself, even that will not remove my shoka. So that means I'm completely lost. So that's why he's saying, that means he's surrendered, and he says, I don't know what to do. So therefore, Krishna, I have completely surrendered to you, and I have become your Sishya. So please tell me, instruct me what I should do. This is where the complete lamentation of Arjuna stops, starting from the middle of the first chapter till the 8th sloka in the 2nd chapter. Arjuna, in between, of course, Krishna advises him in 2 slokas, saying that, please get up, and how did you get this kind of, this cowardliness in your mind? And you are such a great person, but still in spite of that, his grief is not gone and he is completely lost. So that is where it is completely surrendered unto him. So from now onwards, it's the Krishna who is going to completely take over till the end of 18th chapter. So let's see the next sloka. Sanjaya Uvacha.
Sanjaya Uvacha eva muktva hrishikesham gudakeshah parantapah nayotse iti govindam uktva tushnim babhuvah.
Eva Muktva, that means having said that, Evam Muktva, that means he said all those whatever we saw in the previous slokas, he said that Rishikesham. Rishikesham is a proper word in this case because he's talking all my senses are drying up. Rishika means the sense organs. Isha means one is the lord of the sense organs. One has got all the sense organs under his control is called as Rishikesha. So that means he's using the right word. Sanjay is using this right word. He's saying that the Lord who has got control over the sense organs, because Arjuna has lost control over his sense organs because everything is dried up for him. So to that Krishna, who is the Lord of sense organs, Rishikesham, Gudakesha. You already saw the Gudakesha. Gudakesha means one who has got gained control over his ignorance or the sleepiness. So the Guda case, that means he has got control over the sleepiness or this tamaguna. So that can, in spite of that, he has fallen into this trap. Guda kesha parantapaha. Parantapaha means one is able to scorcher of his enemies. One has got able to gain victory over his enemies is called as parantapa. Who is able to inflict pain on his enemies is called as parantapaha. So that means the Arjuna has got two adjectives, Guda kesha and parantapaha. Na yotsya. That means I'm not going to fight this battle. Iti Govindam Muktva. So he has told Govinda. Govinda also means Lord of this entire universe. Go means several meanings. One of the meanings is the earth. So Govinda means one who brought this earth during the case of Varahavata. That's one meaning of Govinda. In this case, Krishna is also been anointed as Govinda by Indra, the Lord of the cows when he was in Gokula. So that Govindam. Uktva, having said that, Tushnim Babuva, that means he kept silence. That means he has completed all that he had got to say. So that's why Krishna allowed him to say whatever. So whenever a person is in neurosis, what the psychologist will just ask him to pour out whatever he has in mind. So then only we'll know what the problem he has got is. So he allowed Arjuna to say whatever he wanted to say, Krishna. And having said whatever he had to say, he had nothing more to say or add. And therefore he started keeping quiet. So Sanjaya said, having spoken this, Arjuna, who is the scorcher of his enemies, told Krishna, "Oh Govinda, I shall not fight this battle," and started keeping quiet. That's what is this sloka, 9th sloka. Move on to the 10th sloka.
Tamuvacha Hrishikeshah Rahasanniva Bharata Senayorubhayor Madhye Vishidandamidam Vachah.
So to that Arjuna, Tam Uvacha, Hrishikesha Uvacha. Again, same Hrishikesha, man who has got control over the sense organs, is called Hrishikesha, Krishna. So the Krishna said, having listened to whatever Arjuna had to say, he told Arjuna, Prasanna, Prahasanniva. Prahasanniva, he was smiling on his face. So Arjuna was in deep problem and grief, but Krishna was smiling on his face. So that means he was only, ridiculing Arjuna. You're such a great person, so we have got into this kind of a rut, so come on, wake up. That's what he said. So he was just smiling. Prahasanniva Bharata. So that means he's this Bharata is Arjuna. So in this case, he came in the descendant of this Bharata, and therefore he's called as Bharata. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. That means we saw in the first sloka, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratam Stapya Meyacha. That's what Arjuna said. That means in the middle of the two warring factions, Senayoho Ubhayoho Madhye. So in the middle of these two warring factions, Vishidantam means one was grief-stricken. That means the lamenting. That means the lamenting Arjuna. He said that idam vachaha. So he said this, having listened to Arjuna. So in the middle of this battlefield, Krishna smiling on his face, looked at this Arjuna who came in the descendant of Bharata. Bharata was such a great king. So he has come in the descendant of Bharata Kulam, and therefore this fellow is completely taken to this kind of mental weaknesses. So is Bharata to that Arjuna. He was also, completely grief-stricken. To that, Krishna started saying this. So now the Upadesha of Krishna begins from next sloka onwards. Sloka number 11.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashochyanandvashocastvam Prajnavadamscha bhashase Gatasu nagatashruncha Nanushocanti pandita.
So from this sloka till the 46th sloka, Bhagavan is going to give this Atma Vidya. Because the main concern of Arjuna was that he is going to kill his kith and kin, he is going to kill Dronacharya, is going to kill Bhishma, grandsire Bhishma. And therefore his only main worry was, I am going to kill them, I am going to kill them, I am going to kill them. That was his main point. That was the first one. So he's going to address that question first. So he's going to talk about the Atma Vidya. Jivatma Vidya. That means he is going to address saying that the Jivatma is immortal. So it is imperishable. So that is the point he's going to address. So that's why he's going to start with the first sloka. He's going to say, Asoch Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Blessed Lord said. So what did he say? Asochayan. So not worthy of love. Sochayan means to lament. Asochayan says there is not worthy of lamentation at all. There is not worthy of Sochayan. Anvasochacha. That means you are lamenting. That means for the thing which there should not be lamenting, you keep on lamenting about it. So something which is trivial. For the trivial things, if you keep worrying about it, why are you worrying about it? Tvam. That means you are keeping worried about that, the thing for which you don't have to worry about. That's what he said. Tvam. You Prajnanavad. So we also talk like a very learned people also. A learned person. Prajnanavan means a very pandita. That means learned people. Cha also Bhasha say. That means you are speaking like that. So you are giving two conflicting things. You are talking like a learned person. At the same time, you are also worrying about things which you don't have to worry about. So gata. That means speaking that you are lost into that. Asun. Asun means that life. Agataha not past. Asun life. Cha also never. So Anusachati lament Pandita. That means he's saying this Pandita, the learned people. So first he's saying, Arjuna, you give conflicting signals. First you talk like a very learned person. Second, you also worry about something which you don't have to be worried about. Please understand, all the learned people, they never worry about either the living people or the dead people. So that's what he's saying. So Arjuna is confused. What is this man saying? He's saying, both. That means, are you saying both the dead and the living ones are the same? That was the question that he has in mind. So the next question, Bhagavan is addressing that next question, the 12th sloka.
Natvevaham jatu nasam natvam neme janadhipaha nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param.
It's a beautiful sloka. So let's look at it. Natu yeva aham jatu na asam na tvam na ime janadipaha na cha eva nabhavishyamaha sarve vayam ataha param. That means he's saying there was never a time when I did not exist or you did not exist. That means we existed at all periods of time. So that is the question he's saying. First question. Natu eva aham jatu na asam na tvam. That means neither did I exist, did I not exist, nor did you not exist. That means we have been existing in the past also for a long period of time. That's what he said. Nor all these kings. That means not only the both of us, all these people are fighting on the Kaurava side for which you are lamenting for them. All these kings also exist in the past and they are also existing now. Nacha evam na bhavishyam. That means in the future also, none of them will not cease to exist, nor you and I will cease to exist. So it's put it in a very negative sense, in the sense that Jivatma is immortal. So Jivatma resides, what was existing in the past, it is existing now, it is going to be existing in the future also. Similarly, I existed in the past, I am existing now, I am going to exist in the future also. You are also existing in the past, you are existing now, you are going to be existing. All these kings who you are saying that now I am going to kill them, I am killing them, I am killing them. They are also they were existing in the past. Now they are going to exist now, and they are going to be existing in the future also. So that is why he's just immediately bringing out this concept of immortality of the Jivatma. So you are only looking at the body. You are saying that I am going to kill. That means the body only perishes, but the Atma never perishes. So Atma, that's going to talk about in future all the subsequent slokas also. Najayate mriyate va vipaschiti nayam kutaschinna babuga. That's what he's quoting exactly, almost same as the Kathopanishad, where the Kathopanishad talks about the qualities of the Jivatma. So there was no Jivatma is never born, it never dies. That means it exists. And when does a thing get born? A thing gets born only when it did not exist at a point of time. That means it is not born means there was never time that it did not exist. So that is the reason why it's Najayate mriyate. It also doesn't die. When does a thing die? When it ceases to exist means it dies. So that means there is no time when it ceases to exist. That means it is present in all periods of time. All this, the transmigration of the souls is the concept that Krishna is going to talk about. So he's saying that, why are you worried? The Bhishma Pitama existed in the past, is existing now, is going to exist in the future also. Similarly, Dronacharya existed in the past, is existing now, and is going to exist in the future also. So similarly, you existed, I existed, everybody existed. All the people you are talking about on the other side, Kaurava side, everybody existed in the past. They are existing now, and they are going to be existing in the future also. So if that is the case, what is it that you are worried about? I am going to kill them, I am going to do all those things. So don't worry about all those things. That is what he is trying to straight away bring in this concept of immortality of the Jivatma, because all the worry initially, the worry of Arjuna was, I am killing them, I am killing my kith and kin, I am killing Dronacharya, I am killing, this grandsire Pitama, Bhishmacharya, and so on. So I'm going to, the kingdom that I'm getting, it will be stained with blood, all those things. That's what you're saying. So he's immediately starting this Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, saying that there was never a time when anybody existed. Not existed. They are existing and they will continue to exist in the future. So there is no question of, that's why the Pandita, he says in the previous sloka, never we get worried about a person living or dead, because it is immortal. The Jivatma is immortal. It doesn't die at all. So that's why they don't worry about whether a person is living or dead or something like that. So that is the reason why it's been known. Now another interesting thing which is being bringing about is about the concept of the philosophy of this jiva, this Visishtadvaitam and Dvaitam in this concept. Maybe we'll talk about it a little later because it needs certain discussion. So we'll talk about it tomorrow. Again, the same sloka. Vasudevasutam devam kamsa chanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagatgurum sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Krishna 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 Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Before we go with the ending prayer, let's